Hello, everyone. Welcome to 2D Board Gamers. My name is Dave,
And I'm Dirk.
and today we're going to take a look at the final villain in the Mutant Genesis,
That's right, Magenta. I mean Magneto. Heat.
Magneto. Yes, and so yeah, Magneto he's pretty tough, and I did like when we finally got the Magneto hero that it's very similar to this Magneto villain that you'll see.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I liked it.
All right, now so we'll start with the setup here.
All right, so this is Asteroid M is the main scheme here. And whenever we're setting this up, we're going to grab Magneto 1 and 2 if we're playing standard, and we're going to grab 2 and 3 if we're playing expert. And then we're going to grab Magneto module and or no, scenario. And then we need one standard set, and then we'll grab one modular set. And they recommend using acolytes.
And we have a separate video on all the different standards if you want to check them out.
All right, and then to finish setup, then we're going to grab the orbital decay side scheme. We're going to set that aside, and we're going to reveal the boarding party side scheme.
Okay. Then stage 1B, Asteroid M, starts with 1 threat per player, adds 1 threat per player per turn, has a threshold of 5 threat per player. Force response, after you place a magnetic counter on this scheme, if there are at least 3 magnetic counters here, discard cards from the encounter deck until you get a magnetic card. A magnetic card is discard, so it's like magnetic pull from the hero version. Reveal that card, then remove 3 magnetic counters from this scheme. So unlike some of the others where you check at stage, step 1 of the villain phase, this is anytime one is added, you check.
Yeah, but if you add multiple, there could be some still remaining on the scheme afterwards.
Right. And the other thing this scenario has going for it, it's one of those story ones that you got to go through a set of schemes to accomplish the story.
Yeah.
And in this case, they were side schemes. So it's kind of similar to Hela and similar to Collector Escape, except for those were the main schemes.
Yep.
But
all right, so the first one we've got here,
more closer to Hela, probably.
Yeah, it's the boarding party. So this side scheme has got starts out with 3 threat per player, and then Magneto can never have, or he can never have more than 6 damage per player sustained. So 2-player game, he can never take more than 12 damage. And then whenever this one's defeated, you're going to flip the card and reveal Sabotage Master Mold.
Right. And stage 1 has 18 hit points.
Oh, yes.
So you're only doing a third of his total damage at this point. Then when you flip it over, you got Sabotage Master Mold. It's got 3 threat per player, and Magneto cannot have more than 12 sustained damage. So now we got 2/3 of the damage on him. Reveal the set aside orbital decay side scheme. Add this card to the victory display.
Okay. And the orbital decay one. So this one starts out with 3 threat per player. While it's in play, Magneto can't have more than 18 sustained damage per player. And when you're defeat this one, you're going to flip this one over and reveal the physical strain.
Okay, so yeah, you're doing in thirds chunk at least for stage 1. Then the physical strain is attached to Magneto. It's permanent, and then Magneto loses steady.
Yeah, all that work just to get him to lose steady.
Yeah.
All right, so phase 1 of the Magneto villain here. He's steady and he's tough. He's a Brotherhood of Mutant, and he schemes for 2, he attacks for 2, and as a forced response, after he attacks you, you're going to place 1 magnet counter on the main scheme. Remember, when those get added up, you mill for cards.
Yeah, and he has 18
18 hit points per player.
Right. So the aggression player is waiting desperately for the justice player to remove those side schemes so that he can do more damage.
He needs to put the card in there that turns your side schemes into
the assault.
The assault, yeah.
Yeah, and then the justice player just says, okay, fine, you deal with the scenario.
Yeah.
So stage 2, which is the second stage, standard first stage expert. Magneto has a 20 hit points per player, 2 scheme, 3 attack with a star. Brotherhood of Mutants, steady toughness. When revealed, deal each player a face down encounter card, and then force response after Magneto attacks you. Place 1 magnetic counter on the main scheme.
And 20 threat or 20 damage per player. If you did, I didn't catch if you said that.
I did.
All right, and then the third phase, so the final one, if you're playing expert, is Magneto 3. He's got steady and toughness again. He has 3 scheme, 3 attack. When revealed, you're going to deal each player a face down encounter card. And again, after he attacks you, you're going to place a counter, magnetic counter on the main scheme. And this time he's got 22 hit points per player.
All right. So grab the 2 side schemes. I don't that one. All right. Then we get to stage 2A. And then when revealed, place 1 magnetic counter here if Sabotage Master Mold is not in the victory display. The first player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a copy of the M-type Sentinel and reveal it. So Sabotage Master Mold is step 2 of the side scheme story. So if this is in the victory before this gets to 2A, that's good. Otherwise, it is bad. Yeah, is not in the, yeah. So, but if it's not, then we'll get to that. So we'll move you there for a minute. So then we'll go to 2B here real quick.
And then this one, so after you place a magnet counter on this scheme, if there's 3 or more, so this part's the same, you'll discard until you get the cards. And on the backside.
I already read that.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Well, this one's no different then.
This is.
Oh, it starts out with 1 threat. It's got a threshold of 6 threat per player, and it gets 1 threat per round per player.
Yeah. So if you're not keeping up on the side schemes part, then if the Sabotage Master Mold is not in the victory, then we're getting an M-type Sentinel. There's 4 in the deck. It's 2 scheme, 2 attack, 5 hit points. Sentinel, guard. When defeated, give Magneto a tough status card, and as a boost, give Magneto a tough status card
and a face down.
And a face down boost.
Ooh, nasty.
All right. Then step 3A is the rule of Magnus. When revealed, place 2 magnetic counters here. So that could trigger the other side here in a minute. If physical strain is not attached to Magneto, the first player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a magnetic attachment and reveal it. And just, all right, then stage 3B starts with 1 threat per player, adds 1 threat per player per turn, has 7 threat per player threshold. After you place a magnetic counter on this scheme, so this is all the same, 3 magnetic counters, blah, blah, blah. But if it completes, then we lose the game because that's the final stage in the. So yeah, you got 2 sets of schemes going. You got the main scheme, which of course is the bad guy winning, and then you got the side schemes, which is the good guys trying to win. And you have to complete to be able to defeat at least stage 2 of Magneto, because the first one has 18, but you can't defeat stage 2 of Magneto until you've put the upgrade on him.
Yep. All right. So speaking of attaching things to Magneto, the first thing we've got here is his helmet. So this is an attachment you attach to Magneto. It gives him +1 scheme. He cannot be confused. And as a hero response, after your hero makes a basic attack against him, you can spend 1 of each resource to discard this card.
Okay. Then we got his armor, which gives him +1 attack. Magneto can't be stunned. And after you make a basic attack, you could spend 1 of each resource to discard it.
Then we've got his magnetic bubble. This attachment gives him +1 retaliate. And whenever he would take any amount of damage, you're going to put it here instead. And if there's 8 or more, then you'll discard this card.
Then we got wrapped in metal. Attach your identity, max 1 per identity. Attached identity cannot thwart, attack, defend, or recover. And as an action, you can exhaust your identity and spend a strength resource to discard this card. Now, the nice thing is you can do this in alter ego or hero form.
Yes. All right, then we've got Master of Magnetism. There's 3 copies of this treachery. Whenever it's revealed, you're going to take the topmost magnetic card in the encounter discard pile and give it to Magneto as a face-down boost card, and then he will activate against you. So then he'll get to use it immediately.
All right. Then we got 2 copies of Electric Shock. It's a treachery, magnetic. When revealed, alter ego, you are confused. Place 1 threat on the main scheme for each magnetic counter on it. And when revealed hero, you are stunned. Take 1 damage for each magnetic counter on the main scheme.
Then we've got 2 copies of the Electromagnetic Blast Treachery. This one's also a magnetic card. Whenever it's revealed, you're going to exhaust each upgrade and support you control and place a magnet counter on the main scheme. And if it comes out as a boost, you're going to exhaust your identity.
All right, then we got 2 copies of Metal Shards. Magnetic card. When revealed, deal 1 damage to each character you control. Place 1 magnetic counter on the main scheme. And as a boost, if this is an attack that defeats an ally, place 1 magnet counter on the main scheme.
No chump blocking.
Yeah.
All right, and we got 2 copies of Magnetic Missile. This is Magnetic Treachery. It also has Surge, so it could also bring another one out. But whenever it's revealed, you're going to defeat a Sentinel minion in play, then take 5 damage. And you can discard X cards from your hand to prevent X of that damage. So some characters can't even prevent it all if they've got smaller hands. But yeah, this could cost your entire hand just to prevent that 5 damage.
Yeah. Sorry, Spider. And we have 4 M-type Sentinels in the deck. So, but if you play with a Sentinel module, then, you got more Sentinels in there too. Then we got Magnetic Mayhem Side Scheme. It's 4 threat on it. It's a magnetic card, of course. When defeated, the player who defeats the scheme discards the top 4 cards of the encounter deck. That player places 1 magnet counter on the main scheme here for each magnetic card discarded this way. Amplify. And this could trigger the action on the main scheme.
Yep.
Which is what its attention is.
All right, then we've got Magnetically Sealed. So this side scheme starts out with 2 threat. And whenever it's revealed, you're going to place an additional 2 threat here for each ally in play. It has a crisis icon on it. And if it comes out as a boost, you're going to exhaust each ally that you control.
All right. Then we got the final card here on the Magneto is Seized. It's 3 threat per player. Magnetic. When revealed, each player places the top 6 cards of their deck face down under here. When defeated, Magneto activates against a player who defeated this scheme. Discard the cards that are under here, and it's got an acceleration token. All right. Then the recommended module was Acolytes.
All right, so the first Acolyte we have here is an elite one. Fabian Cortez. He's got 4 hit points. He schemes for 1. He attacks for 1. The Acolytes do, I believe all of them have the teamwork keyword on them. And this one is villainous. And then when he's defeated, the player who defeated Fabian Cortez discards cards from the encounter deck until an Acolyte minion is discarded and puts that minion into play, engaged with them.
Yep. Then we got Amelia Vaught. 2 scheme, 1 attack, 5 hit points. She's an Acolyte. Stalwart. Again, she's got teamwork Acolyte. When defeated, the player who defeats Amelia is confused. And if they're already confused, place 2 threat on the main scheme.
All right, next we've got Senyaka. Senyaka's got 3 hit points, schemes for 1, attacks for 3. And their attacks gain piercing. And when they're defeated, the player who defeats them is stunned. And if they're already stunned, they're going to take 3 damage.
And of course, he's got teamwork as well.
Yep.
And then we got Delgado. 1 scheme, 2 attacks, 6 hit points. Acolyte, retaliate 1, teamwork. When defeated, discard each stun and confused status cards from the villain and give it a face down boost. And of course, since Magneto's steady, he could still activate with those. So, or he could conceivably have 4 on him.
All right, then we've got Unacion, which is an Acolyte with 4 hit points. She schemes for 2. She attacks for 2. She does have teamwork, but she's also tough. And when she's defeated, you're going to give the villain the tough status card. And if they already have one, you'll heal 4 damage from them instead.
All right. Then we got Zeal for the Cause. When revealed, resolve the when defeated ability of each Acolyte minion engaged with you. If you are not engaged with an Acolyte minion, discard cards from the encounter deck until a minion is discarded, then reveal it. And it doesn't have to be an Acolyte minion for that part.
And the last one we got here is the Acolyte's side scheme. This has got 3 threat per player. And each Acolyte each Acolyte minion will gain guard. It has a hazard icon on it. And if it comes out as a boost, you're going to shuffle each Acolyte minion from the discard pile into the encounter deck. So they're going to come back.
And it's 3 threat per player.
I thought I said that, maybe not. I don't know.
All right. Yeah, so Magneto is pretty rough with those magnetic counters. And so the last time we talked about Magneto before this video, he was an ally. So the
Yeah,
story,
what happened, man? I
so
liked it better as an ally.
so the story from the campaign, if I remember correctly, is that after you defeat Master Mold, Magneto's like, "Thank you very much." He grabs Master Mold's carcass and he goes up to Asteroid M and he converts, he corrupts Master Mold's programming to make Sentinels to work for him and stuff. So, yeah, so he betrays us, So
Who saw that? Who could ever see that
who could
coming?
see that coming? And then, of course, later on, a couple waves later, he becomes a hero that you can play. So, anyways, just following in Nebula's footsteps, I guess. All right. Well, thank you for watching, everyone. Please like and subscribe.
And if you want to see more content by us, go ahead and hit that notification bell down there, and you will get alerts whenever we post new videos. All right, see you.